Hello all. I'm getting ready to fire up the Corsair Leader VASSAL module. Oh, bank's already messing up. Load save. I started setting this one up earlier. Luzon save. And boom, there we go. Alright, I've got everything set up for the first day. I going for the Luzon campaign long, 9 days, 50 points. I went with the random squadron, so that gives me a plus 18. I went with the ace um, optional rule, so that cost me 18 points because I chose Donald Aldridge, and I forget who I got rid of at this point, one of the average pilots. I purchased 6 agiles, 3 for each bombers and 3 for my lowest stress guys to help with their hopefully survival. And of course, I didn't roll a whole lot of sights on my first day, so it's going to be mostly air to air. The first target of the day is target 43. It's way up here in the northern end, so it's going to cost us 2 stress apiece. And we rolled almost all the bandits we could. We were supposed to roll 6, and we got 4 of them. And they're a +2, +1, 0, and a -1. It's a small target, so it's going to be harder to hit, and it's also a soft target. And me, and my infinite wisdom, did not choose any soft target uh, munitions. So, yeah, I haven't played this game much. I'll get used to it. Fog of War, and we're going to deal with that. This second mission I already rolled for also, and again, the dice were not friendly. Um, this is going to hurt. 4-inch guns, and that's going to be right in the target area. And these 4 in the surrounding, we did not roll a single no sight. So there's really going to be no easy way to come in on this one because none of them are easy. I may come in low and see if I can take something out with my guns. Basically, that's going to be a wash because I've got no fast pilots here. He's got torpedoes. Anyway, don't get ahead of myself. That's a whole different mission. Got to get through this one alive first. Um, I rolled this for my target card. Choose a pilot to gain +2 on all die rolls this mission. I signed that one in the field because he's a -1. Um, it's an afterthought. I probably should have put field as my bomber and dealt with the -1 on the air to ground instead of -1 on the air to air. But hey, guys got to get their feet wet somehow. So let's continue. Place a turn counter on 1. Dive bombers dive, no. Fast, no. Sights, pilots, bandits, no. Slow pilots attack, no. Aircraft move. Put them forward into here. And I don't want to put my bombers off by themselves, so I'm going to keep them with my escorts. And what I may end up doing, we're going to get overwhelmed here, is I may end up dropping. I was going to use Rowland as my um, emergency pick me up in case we don't get all 3 of these from dropping these bombs, which is a good possibility because they're small targets. But if we get overwhelmed with aircraft, I may have to drop the munitions, and these guys should all be low too. Forgot to do that. Decisions, because I see it's coming already. Bandits move. -1 comes in. +1 comes in, we'll assign him to field, and he'll move to here, and he will move, and Alders will take him up. Rowland can fight this easy, but he has to jettison both of these things right off the bat, which means I'm looking for 3 hits. Off of these, where I should have assigned that to field and not, well, not field, I should have assigned that to Lugwood. But I had to make that decision before we placed the aircraft, and I knew I'd be overwhelmed with bandits, and yeah, we did that after that. Why didn't I think of that one? Oh well. They do have guns, so I can loiter around a little bit and shoot at them with the guns. Aldridge has a +2, and we do have gung hos. I hate using them because I don't want to replenish them, but we're going to do that. We're going to do that. It doesn't make it matter right now. He's going to have those 500-pound bombs because he's not as fast. I'm getting ahead of myself. The fast will be Aldridge. He's going to use his SA right away. He's going to fire on the fast. And he will do it by sights. And all he needs to do is roll D10, adding his 3 and subtracting the 2. So he's going to add 1 to this roll. 6, 7 gives him a +1 attack, +4 with his 3, and -2 is +2. And we could go ahead and use a gung ho to get rid of him, and I think I might do that because that +2 is scary. Even a +2, I'd need 6 or more, and the way my dice rolls have been, I'm gonna flip him, get rid of him. And Naldrix has a kill. Mark that on my sheet. We've marked that on our sheet. Now comes bandits and sights. And the bandits will attack. We're going to start down here with the +1. And he will come in at neutral. And he will add 1 to his die roll for success. And he gets a 10. He's going to come out of the sun. I mean, not success for choice. He's going to come out of the sun. He's going after Roland. So he's going to add his enemy ATA. Oh, no, never mind. I'm on the +1. He is going to add +1 and subtract fields -1, which is going to make it a +2. And he rolled a 1, so that's a 3. And he's got a -1 position, and I like when that happens. He is now out of position, cannot attack. This Joker is coming in on Roland. He is a neutral. He's going to roll, and he rolls a 10. -1 is a 9. He's going to be in my sights. He's going to roll for success, -1, taking out Roland's +1 is a -2. Rolls a 5, which comes into a 3, which is +1 attack. +1 attack. -1 is 0. +1 from Roland is a +1. I mean -1, because Roland's a -1. And I wanted to look at the dogfight steps real quick. If the bandit's target is the bomber, that the bomber with A2 is not in brackets and the bandit is disadvantaged or tailed, the bomber may fire on the bandit. This situation is rare. If the bandit's target is a bomber that are not in brackets and the bandit is disadvantaged or tailed, the bomber may fire on the bandit. This situation is rare. It only happens if the bandit rolled very poorly in its maneuver in step 3A. Basically, the bandit screwed up and flew in front of the bomber, friendly bomber's guns. Position modifier storm. Okay, so right now he's considered a bomber because he's got bombs, but he can't fire because he's not disadvantaged. So he's going to fire at a +1. 9. Oh, wouldn't you know it? So that's going to be a kill, except that Roland has a gung ho, and we're going to use that. And oh, and I forgot. Well, it wasn't Charlie rolling anyway. He gets a +2, but that's on die rolls and not everything else. So we're already blown through 2 of our gung hos, and we're not even where we need to be. Back to slow pilots. Attack. Getting ahead of myself down there. Aldrich gets to go again, and if he gets disengaged, Aldrich will just take a shot at him, but Aldrich will go after Field. Field is advantaged. We have a very good chance -1, -2. I'm going to stick within my sights. -2 on that die roll, +2 because of his lucky card draw. And he rolls a 4. And it's a good thing we did. Plus attack. +1 attack against a disadvantaged. He's +1 on the attack roll. +1, +2. +3, +4. +3 because we're subtracting that. So Field will roll +3, 9, gets rid of him, and that's a kill for Field. And mark that down. And that brings up Aldridge. He gets a straight up shot. Well, you know what? I forgot to roll that +8. He has still got it. Nope, didn't use it. Too late. You're going to have to try to use it on the other one. You got to roll an 8 or a plus if you still got it. Does still got it used every time? Or is that expended? Doesn't say expend. So we'll roll an 8 plus from before to see. 7 didn't work, so okay, that doesn't matter then. Gotta remember that. So much to remember sometimes. Okay, Aldrich is going to do a straight up shot at +3. He needs a 5 or more and 10. So Aldrich gets second kill, which takes all of our bandits off of the table for right now. So what we're going to do is, let's put this away right now. Aircraft move. We're going to move into the target area. And then bandits move, but we're going to assign him to Aldrich, so the rest of them will be able to do their thing. And we're going to advance the turn, and then dive bombers may dive. We don't have a dive bomber in here. Oh, that's good, Greg. You're losing track of everything there. Turn 2. Okay. We're on turn 3. Fast pilots attack. We have none. Sights and bandits attack. So he goes for his neutral, and he'll add 0. That's a 1. That will hurt. And for success, it's going to be 0 minus 3. He rolls a 3, so that's no effect. So he's not going. Nothing's going to happen there. And now for success, he's got to roll minus 3 again, and he rolls a 6, and that will be 5 to 7, 7 to 8. So he's 5 is the stress. I'm not going to waste a. I'm not going to waste a gung ho to survive a stress. I'm going to put a stress on him. All right. So he takes a stress hit from the greenie, and that's sights and bandits. Slow pilots attack. We will go with Aldrich. Aldrich is going to come in my sights. Plus 3. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's plus 2 attack. Plus 5. Because of his plus 3. 2, 7. Does not. Boo. Alright. So slow pilots still are attacking. We got field here. He can do a regular shot. Minus 1 plus 2 is a plus 1. He needs 7 or more. He gets an 8. So field becomes the hero, getting his second kill. And that leaves the target wide open. So the other slow pilots, and we're going to send Roland in first. He's going to throw a 500 pounder and another 500 pounder at it. He is a plus 1 ATG. Now this is a small target, so he's going to subtract 1 from each die roll. So rolling for the first 500, 6, 5, that's nothing. Rolling for the second 500, oh no, he's railing, not Charlie. 9, 8, that gets me 1 hit. So it all comes down to Ludwig. I need 2 hits from him. He's coming in. He's going to drop a 1,000 pounder and a 500 pounder. He's a plus 1, and we got a minus 1 for the small, so these going to be straight up die rolls. And I'm going to leave the suspense, and we're going to roll the 500 first. Well, a 0 modifier. We got a 6. No hits. It all comes down to needing a 7 or higher, or we're going to have to hang around and take some runs with our guns. So we need a 7 or higher to kill this guy off. And we do not get it. Got 0 hits. Oh boy. Alright. And that's what I get for putting green guys on the attack. But I opted for experience and I hoped for good rolls. Aircraft move. I'm going to leave them in the center yet because I've got 2 more turns to try to gun my way out of this one. Bandits move. Nothing. Advanced turn counter. Dive bombers. Dive. Nope. Fast pilots attack. Nope. Sights bandits attack. None there. Slow pilots attack. The Ludwig cannot do anything. Aldrich can come in. He's a plus 3. No, air to ground plus 1. And small target minus 1. He needs an 8. Not today. Fields comes in. He's a minus 1. Plus 2. Minus 1 is 0. He needs an 8. Nothing. So the guns aren't working either. Rollins can come around, and he is a plus 0, so we're going to subtract 1. He needs a 9. Gets nothing. Oh boy. However, something tells me we're going to lose this one. Aircraft move again. No. Bandits move. Nope. Advanced turn counter. This is the final time over target. Fast pilots, no. Sights, bandits, no. Slow pilots. Last round. Aldrich. +3. -1. No, +1. -1 is 8. 9. Ooh, got another hit. Yeah, we need one more to make this count, though. We're down to Field, who is a -1. +2 -1 is 0. He needs an 8. Nothing. Comes down to Rowland. He is a +0 -1. He needs a 9. And oh, yes, a 9 actually destroys a target, and that is the end. So we can delete that, return that. Nope, I don't want to put that in return deck. That's another thing I put on my list of things to do. I've got to put a send to discard pile in there. And let's take that and hold on, take that out of there. No. I don't even know which one that was. No. Well, I'll know when it shows up. I'll get it out of there. Flight school, I think. Yes. That's one of the things I've got to do, because I'll have it triggered to get rid of that bracket or highlight when it goes to the discard deck. I already have it triggered to go back to the event card deck, but I don't want it there. We're not going back to that yet. Anyway, so to clean things up, we go homeward bound. Draw a homebound event card, and that will be start at the start of the next mission. Place one random opportunity counter in this center area. So there we go with the random opportunities. And that's special sites. And we'll put one of those in the center. So we need to, right there. We'll put that right there. And roll search and rescue, none. Record mission outcome, victory points, adjust recon and intel counters, and special option points. So mission outcome. I'm going to be doing all this on paper for the time being. We used 0 SO points. We got 8 left. Target status X for destroyed. Victory points earned 2. Alright, adjust recon and intel. Campaign map. Recon +1. Intel +1. No. I think I'll make those movable too. But that's bells and whistles I'll add. Intel and recon both go up to 1, but don't really have much effect. And we beat the truck convoy. And I will put that, I think, way over here in the corner, so it doesn't go back into the deck. Okay. And these will go back on their respective pilots. Field, and I will these guys need to go to the ready room. but I need to keep them separate because they will not recover. You know what? I can keep track of that on my paper. I have them marked off as whether they flew missions or not. So all this goes over here. Boy, that was tough. Okay, now, all right. I'm going to do the debriefing and everything, and then we're going to go into the target bound flight for the second operation. So we're going to add target stress to cards. That is +2 for each. And I should have done that while they were out there. +2 for Aldridge. And then stress recovery all pilots. So +1 for Aldridge because it was cool. +2 for Field. Actually just +1 because it was cool. Roland, +2. All right, and Ludwig, +1. And I actually need to stick him over with the bombers. I like to keep things organized. Okay. All right, throw them onto the other screen. Record pilot experience. We pulled that one out by the skin of our teeth. So, Aldrich doesn't get any, but he gives it to somebody else. Charlie Field gets 2. He's green and needs 3. Rowlands gets 2. And 2 stress. And 2 stress on Aldrich. Yes, 2 stress on Aldrich. He picked some up during the. And Field gets 1 stress. And 2 experience. And Ludwig gets 2 experience. To experience, he's also green 3. So Aldridge does not get it. He gives it to 2 of his wingmates for that mission. So that makes Ludwig and Field, I'm going to give each of them 1, and they will promote up from green to average. So Field will go to a 4, and he's still slow, but that gives him a 0 and 0 ATA and ATG, so that's a lot better than the -1s he had. And his stress is now 0 to 4, a little better. And it also leveled up Ludwig, our bomber, which is why I wanted them so badly to begin that first. Promote to pilot. And that will make him stress 0 to 6 +1 on air to ground now. And he gets a gung ho now. Alright, so that mops up mission number 1. Next mission, small freighter. And this one kind of scares me. It's set up by zooming way out. This guy scares me. I had to pre-draw all these early. All right, so we are going, the pre-flight's already been there, so we're going to draw target bound event card. And let's zoom in again now so we can read this. At the start, okay. For every 2 SO points you spend, inflict 1 hit on the target. The target can be destroyed by this. You know what? I don't know whether this is cheating or not. I got a random before we do this. I don't think that's cheating. I mean, if you can put in spend an SO point to inflict 1 hit on the target and the target can be destroyed, you never got to enter the battlefield. Thus, avoiding this. We're doing that, except I'm going to put the special sight in here like I'm supposed to. Diversionary attack, destroy, move bandits. Don't need that neither. I'm going to use up 4 SO points and destroy the target. And we're done. I don't normally like doing that, but I don't like the way that sights area looks there. And we need to reset that. And pull him down here. We've used both of those now. So we no longer need to do anything. We can place aircraft. I've placed them there. Determine and place bandits. No bandits. 1 bandit called for in the target area. We'll draw him out. We'll do this. No bandit. Intel air defense adjustment. No adjustment. Draw over the target event card. Suppression attacks inflict +1 an extra stress. That's not going to hurt neither because we're not really going to have to do that. Place turn counter on 1 and then over the target we're going to fast pilots, sights, and bandits. Nobody has the range because we're going to be right here. I'm not even going to set this one up. Slow pilots attack, nope, aircraft move, and we're going to move right out of the approach area. So he inflicts 2 damage because I'm going to spend 4 SO points. That will only leave me 4, but I think that was worth it. I hope I don't pay for that later. Alright, this goes back to there. And goes back to the naval deck. He comes down here. And these all go back to the naval deck. Alright. Homeward flight. Homeward bound event. During the next mission. The first 5 rockets purchased cost 5 SO points. I'll take that too. That'll be a nice one to keep around. Free rockets. I will never turn that down. And roll for SAR. None needed. Record mission outcome. Success. Just recon and intel counters and special operations points, which we were getting very low on. Flirting with disaster. Intel moves 1 to the right. Campaign map down. Intel moves 1 to the right. We still got no change. Alright. 'Cause 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 ' add target card stress to pilots. That was card 37 on the campaign map, and yes, I forgot to move that. 37 is even farther out. That's going to be too stressed to everybody on the mission. So Brett Grimmond gets +1. I'm going to go ahead and modify the cool right now. Matt Ryder will get 2. And Eric Gingrich will get 2. And we will add them back to my ready room, which you guys will not see because I'm going to do this off screen. Alright, Matt Ryder. These I'll go with Grimmond. These I'll go with Ryder. And Gingrich will go right down the bottom there. Alright, now I can bring all this back over here as we go through the final checking. Pilot assessed recovery, which is the guys that didn't fly had none. And the cool I already took out when I assigned the stress. Record pilot experience on this one. All 3 guys that participated get 2 points. Gingrich is a newbie. He got 2. He needs 1 more to promote. Matt Ryder is average 4. He needs 2 more to promote. And Brett Grimmond is skilled in 4, and he needs 2 more to promote. Grimmond gets 1, 2, 2, and that finishes day number 1. And small freighter gave me 2 VPs, so we have a running total of 4. A long way away from our lofty goal of 39, but we did manage to move the recon track, and we left our squadron pretty well intact. And we got 5 rockets for free to show for it. The only downside is I'm running very short on SO points. So I will create another video for day 2, and I want to thank those of you that watched, and tune in for the next one if you so desire. Thank you very much.